Welcome, everyone, to a great Sunday night with the NBA here on 2K Sports. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who we'll be hearing from shortly. D.A., take it away.
Well, the Toronto Raptors rolled the dice last season and gambled on acquiring Kawhi Leonard. They knew it could be just a one-year rental, with Leonard able to be a free agent in 2019. But Kevin, after winning the 2019 NBA title, anything else is gravy.
The first title in franchise history, D.A. Such a huge moment for the team, the city, and the country of Canada. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Siakam.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup. At the forward slots, it's Bogdanovic and Ingles. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. And it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Toronto, Van Vliet and Lowry are the 1 and the 2. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. And it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. And, Smitty, what about the teams that know they're going to be championship caliber contenders? How do they stay motivated early in a season with so many games to play?
You know, it's hard. I think a lot of those guys, they're looking at, I would say now we're talking about load management for those type of teams. They're just trying to make sure their bodies, their minds are ready for that run. But usually those championship teams, they understand, they're motivated by winning. They get it together at the right time.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Gasol passes to Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Bogdanovic grabs the miss. Lowry against Mitchell. And the basket by Ingles.
Good job by Mitchell, trusting his teammates. And in turn, that's going to open up opportunities for him.
Van Vliet with it. Outside Lowry. No good with the triple.
3 straight misses to begin this contest and already starting to look frustrated.
Conley kicks to Mitchell. Nice ball movement by Utah. Ingles against Siakam. Gasol with the steal. 3-pointer, Lowry. Utah with the rebound. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
Yeah, and last year it didn't matter whether it was on the home or on the road. They failed to take a game from either of the 2 meetings.
They really dominated them on both sides of the ball. We'll see if they have their number again this year.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. The Raptors have gone 0-4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Bangs home the trifecta.
That breaks their string of misses. Now 1 for 5. You can feel their sense of relief.
Conley up top, covered by Van Vliet. Mitchell in the corner. Back to Conley. Shoots over Van Vliet. And it's Conley that time on the assist by Mitchell.
Great concentration from Conley. The shot well contested, but it didn't matter.
Now here's Van Vliet. Covered by Conley. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
I love Bogdanovic's ability to put the team first. When he sees one of his guys open, he's a willing ball mover.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Van Vliet looking around. And a wide open look for Siakam. A three-pointer off the mark. Jazz leading by 3. And here is Ingles. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Memphis. Pass to Gobert. Kicks it to Mitchell. 5 to shoot. Here's Ingles. Good D by Siakam.
Just strong work defensively there in the low post. You got to be tough down in the paint.
He did a nice job of keeping him off the block, didn't let him get deep post position.
Here is Conley. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. Mitchell in the corner. No good there. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
And really, I thought what was the difference in that game? Offensive rebounding or the lack thereof. A lot of one-and-dones in that game.
You know, you have to crash the glass on both sides of the floor, and they didn't get the job done in terms of creating second chance opportunities.
Now here's Johnson. 11 points for him in that last game against the Magic in Orlando. Rebounded by the Jazz. Gobert's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And during last season's playoffs, we heard the Bucks complaining about Drake's theatrics on the sidelines. Smitty, do you see any problem with that?
You know, GA, first of all, we know Drake is very animated. He's a part of this organization. We got to know he's a Toronto native, and he loves this team. Yes, it's a problem when it starts to affect the game. But if not, I think all teams, especially the Bucks last year in the playoffs, you just got to focus and play.
Now Van Vliet, after Bogdanovich missing on that last three-pointer. Lowry kicks to Van Vliet. Johnson outside. Over Bogdanovich. Johnson, good.
And you see the low release point on the jumper, something Johnson's working on. It's a key to how much offensive potential he can fulfill.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred Van Vliet's not the biggest, but his toughness grew. His toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball was the path to something better.
Now here is Conley. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Floats it up there for Siakam. Van Vliet passes to Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
This is the modern-day big. Siakam can stretch you out and can hurt you right at the rim.
Conley dishes to Mitchell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you ask around, his coaches and teammates love Donovan Mitchell. The way he carries himself, really infectious, upbeat, but also a born competitor.
The first one falls. And going into the 2017 draft, Mitchell was a sleeper. Maybe even Greg to himself, he wasn't sure he was ready to make that leap.
And you know, Kevin, it was the NBA players he was working out with in the summertime who told him, man, you're ready right now. And a season that saw him second in Rookie of the Year votes validated that and built his confidence.
When Gordon Hayward left the Jazz 3 summers ago, some expected a rebuild. Instead, they hit gold with Donovan Mitchell and kept on trucking.
Now, here's Siakam. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Magic in Orlando.
And no one on defense could stay in front of him. He continually got pummeled and kept getting back to the stripe.
They get the rebound and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Yes, people have been surprised by Siakam's offense. What I'm surprised about is the efficiency.
Davis is checked in for Gobert. And the heartbreak over losing Hayward. Short-lived, but the Jazz still needed to learn from it.
Very important that the Jazz retain the stars they developed. I think there were some lessons learned along the way.
And so here's Toronto. 4-point game. Mitchell against Lowry. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. So for the Jazz, their last game, a win against the Grizzlies. Here's Mitchell. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Kyle Lowry picks one up there. And at 6'3", Donovan Mitchell able to play shooting guard or point guard. Smitty, what do you think is his best position?
You know, Kevin, he will tell you he can do both. Versatile enough to play and defend multiple positions, but I like him at the 2-guard position.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. A Smitty of recent players to enter the league, which had rookie seasons that surprised you?
I think Donovan Mitchell, the way he came out of the gates. I knew Luka Doncic was good, but because I hadn't seen much film or seen him live, he surprised me. Trae Young, the way he's played from a small guard position, those are some of the guys that have surprised me. Some were high drive picks, and some were a little bit lower, but those are the 3.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Gasol, and he makes good on the layup.
Terrific play call, and that's where you want to see Marc Gasol. He can use his combination of skill and size.
Here's Conley. On the wing, Mitchell. Guarded by Powell. To the paint, Bogdanovich. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And here are the Raptors now. Now, Siakam. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them.
Such a fluid mover off the bounce. Siakam gets to his spot before the defense can react.
Now here is Conley. 4-point game. Kicks it out to Mitchell. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. And that's now 9 points for Donovan Mitchell. Van Vliet passes to Johnson. Back to Van Vliet. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
One shot.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
The Toronto Raptors are an elite defensive group. Reasons why: they're long, they're smart, and they're experienced.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Toronto. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Stanley Johnson. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Bradley's checked in for Joe Ingles. Clarkson comes in for Bogdanovich. Williams-Goss is checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. The Raptors making a switch here. Thomas is checked in. And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. Trailing by 2. You talk about the defensive IQ, Smitty, for the Raptors. Where does that reveal itself?
For me, Kevin, their rotations. They are able to send help, double teams, and still recover and get out to shooters.
For Utah, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. And he makes the first.
and still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
And it's tied up with that one.
The Jazz this summer had a lot of flexibility. That also meant a lot of decisions to make. Stick with what you have or try to revamp.
Now, here's Thomas. And there's the pass to Ibaka. Siakam looking around. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Bradley. And again, no good by Toronto. And the Jazz looking to add more shooting in free agency.
They wanted snipers at any position. Also more shot creation alongside Donovan Mitchell. We'll see how they will do.
Toronto shooting 39% in the early minutes of this game. Thomas passes to Siakam. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Moutier. And the Jazz pushing it up now. Here's Williams-Goss. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Here's Toronto. Outside Thomas. Hollis Jefferson passes to Siakam. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
One of the league's best kept secrets, Pascal Siakam out of Cameroon, discovered as a raw teenager at Basketball Without Borders back in 2012.
Well, Smitty, you're talking about Siakam. The Raptors president is from Nigeria and very active in the Basketball Without Borders program.
You're totally right. A prospect like Siakam was on his radar. The late first-round pick in 2016 was more than rewarding where he ended up at.
Throw good, Siakam.
You have to give Pascal Siakam a lot of credit. He's continued to improve the shooting percentage both from the field and the line.
Good on both. Steve, let me ask you what's better for a young player's development. Being on a worse team getting more minutes or being on a good team and getting fewer minutes?
You know, I think always getting a chance, Kevin, to play minutes is best for a younger guy. But if it's hurting the team, you don't want to see the coaching staff playing these younger guys just to get the one guy ready. I think you still have to think about the team. You have to have guys earn minutes, whether they're a rookie, whether they're a veteran or not, and I think that's better for young teams.
And the most improved player in the league last season, Pascal Siakam, got better in every statistical category.
And it's those diamond-in-the-rough players that so often elevate the top teams. And, Greg, that's what the Raptors found in Pascal Siakam.
No doubt. The 27th pick back in 2016, now a full-time starter on a rookie contract, just over $2 million this season. He is due for a big raise.
And the Jazz call time here.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
While we have the chance, we like to reveal the list of the past month's best fast break teams in the NBA. The Raptors in second.
I mean, they have really hit their stride in terms of that transition game. No doubt about it. They are playing at a great pace.
Moutier looking around. Passes to Clarkson. Fires the three. The three-pointer is right on target. Clarkson's got it all tied up now for Utah.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Here's Williams-Goss. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, way to play an attack mode and get to the line.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. That free throw, no good. So he can't get either to fall.
And Raptors president of basketball operations, Masai Ujiri, not just doing an amazing job in Toronto, he's also had a huge role in the growing of the game in Africa.
Growing up in Nigeria, he fell in love with the game of basketball, and he has worked his way up. Now he's given a hand back, building pathways for others to follow in his footsteps, bringing the development and leadership to the continent.
And the Jazz with possession here. Unloads from 13. It's hauled in by Thomas.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
The Raptors have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
He misses the free throw.
Yeah, you just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
He hits the second from the line.
And the Jazz players are appreciating how strong the Jazz organization's response was last season to some fans who crossed the line using discriminatory racial language against Russell Westbrook.
Chairman Gail Miller, I thought, did an excellent job. She got all over this and got out ahead of it. Reminded them as a community, we're better than this. It's all about respect. Riding the hot hand, and why not? If something's working, keep going to it.
Here's Williams-Goss, guarded by Powell. Here's Clarkson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Clarkson's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
We've got 1:08 left in the first. Yep, that one goes. Toronto trailing. Here's Thomas. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And now we get a moment to see the numbers for Pascal Siakam, averaging about 19 points. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Because he gives you someone to build your offense around. You can count on his nightly production.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good.
There's a built-in respect for coaches who played in the NBA. The Jazz, Quinn Snyder, never made it that far. But as a point guard, he helped Duke make 3 Final Four appearances.
Anunoby, he's checked in for Pascal Siakam. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 54 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Moutier against Powell. Moutier dishes to Clarkson. Back to Moutier. There's the triple. And the 3-ball is good. He's got 5. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Powell with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Magic in Orlando. Dishes to Ibaka. And that one drops. Ibaka's got the game tied up here for the Raptors.
If you let Serge get looks in there, he's going to shoot them for a very high percentage.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Down low. The shot by Clarkson, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And here is Powell. Takes the 3. He can't get that one. Pascal Siakam getting it done for the Toronto Raptors. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And Serge Ibaka talked about his skill set. Now it complements Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam and what he brings to the team.
Bringing my defense toughness, my experience playing with those two guys, one of the best in the game right now, and then helping those two here, and with my experience, what I learned, I think I can help the team a lot. Energy and both hands on the floor.
And really, Ibaka is a seasoned veteran now, a terrific role player known for his defense.
And Ibaka knows his role and plays it well.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors, guys, your thoughts?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
You know this, the team that dictates the pace typically rules the roost. We see that here early on.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Jazz, Gobert is out there with Bradley. Then it's Moutier. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. And it's Williams-Goss in at the shooting guard. First free throw is good. Some terrific NBA players right now out of Michigan State. And Smitty, we know that's your alma mater. Which of those guys do you enjoy watching the most?
Kevin, I really enjoy watching all of them because I've got a close relationship with all our Michigan State Spartans. Gary Harris, Draymond Green, Jaren Jackson Jr., Bryn Forbes, Denzel Valentine, and the list goes on. I love because I watch them and I know they're going to come out and play extremely hard because of Tom Izzo and the Michigan State brand of basketball.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And now we'll look at the upcoming schedule for the Jazz. On Monday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Wednesday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. First one falls for him.
And Smitty, as tough as they are on D, the Jazz have been middle of the pack offensively. How do they improve there?
You know, GA, they can be a top 10 offense. The two things that have held them back are turnovers and poor free throw shooting.
So he gets them both.
And the Raptors took some heat for parting ways with reigning Coach of the Year, Dwayne Casey. But his successor, Nick Nurse, guided this franchise to an NBA title.
Tremendous self-belief and determination. The only NBA head coach who was also a head coach in college, the G League, and overseas. He's been preparing for this for a long time.
Shot clock at 3. There's Hollis Jefferson. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 5 rebounds tonight. Lowry against Moutier. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Jazz have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. And he knocks down the first one.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for Kyle Lowry. He's off on the second. And Greg, last season, the best scoring average of Serge Ibaka's career.
Even with a down year as far as his three-point shooting, Ibaka's still very efficient, getting more of his offense around the rim, playing some at the 5.
Here's Williams-Goss. Here's Bradley. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Knocked away. Back to Thomas. 6 to shoot. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Jazz leading by 7. Here's Clarkson. He has 7, 18 feet out. They grab their own miss. Goes back up. And that's 2 points on the layup. Clarkson's got 9 points.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why: lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
Now here's Thomas. And here we go. Fast break. Moutier's got it. And Moutier throws it down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
And some changes here for the Raptors. Marc Gasol comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Stanley Johnson in for Hollis Jefferson. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Gasol deciding where to go with it. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. 5 points in the game.
And with that three-pointer, how about ending that 11-0 run by the Jazz?
Now here's Conley, covered by Van Vliet. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Just look at the way Mitchell's built. The strength in the upper body.
Raptors trail by 10. Now here's Van Vliet. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Pass to Bogdanovic and taken away by Johnson. Anunoby, good. Anunoby's got his first 2 points of the night.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
And here are the Jazz now. They're on a 13-5 run. Now here's Conley. D right on him. He kicks it to Gobert. And Utah again with the bucket.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
For Toronto, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Johnson outside. And no good. Good D by Bogdanovic. Jazz leading by 10. Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
Donovan Mitchell is comfortable playing at all 3 levels. He's playing at his highest level tonight offensively.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Out left to the wing. Tipped away. Gasol kicks to Thomas. Just 4 to shoot. Outside Bogdanovic. Here's Gobert. And it's Toronto with the rebound. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his first foul. And the Raptors with the ball. A 12-point game.
That's how you like to set up a big man for the shot. Gasol just catching it and letting it go.
Now Conley. The feet to Bogdanovich. Mitchell outside. Pass to Gobert. Over Gasol. Gobert can't hit.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the reasons Toronto was able to win the NBA championship was the astronomical improvement from Pascal Siakam, who was recognized as the league's most improved player. It was the dream of Pascal's late father that he'd reach this level, and his determination to make that reality has brought him a long way from home. Kevin?
It has indeed, D.A. Great story, and thank you.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. 2 seasons at Indiana for OG Anunoby, and the 23rd pick of the 2017 draft. Great talk about his game.
You know, NBA ready physically from day one. You know, still working for consistency with his shooting, especially at the free throw line. But I like his potential as a two-way player.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. An accomplished family for Anunoby. His father's a professor. His brother played pro football.
And OG Anunoby, he's put together like a football player himself. A powerfully built player for a wing.
Now, here's Ingles. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Raptors trail by 10. And the Raptors call time here. And his teammates call him old man, say he looks like a 40-year-old farmer. But Joe Ingles, Smitty, much more than meets the eye.
You know what, Kevin? He's a star in his role. He's gotten better and better. He's a guy who can impact winning on a nightly basis.
Siakam is checked in for Toronto. And let's take a peek at the players contending for a spot in the dunk contest this year. Each and every one of these guys can do amazing things around the bucket.
And they will. I guarantee you that we're going to see things in this year's contest that we've never seen before. Those fellas have some tricks up their sleeve for sure.
You look at Mitchell, almost all the way up there in the top spot. I don't know if he'll make it to number 1, but you'd have to say he's going to be a part of the contest for sure.
It's looking that way, and the contest will be a lot better off having him in it. He always puts on a show.
And as always, we'll keep the updates coming in as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. One thing we already know, there are some great players pulling in votes so far.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that this is going to be one of those dunk contests that everybody's going to be tuning into.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich.
And the signing of Bojan Bogdanovic, a great move for the Jazz. With his shooting, more spacing for Gobert and Mitchell to operate, he's capable of creating shots on his own as well.
And so Bogdanovich nails both of them. And in a league obsessed with shooting, easy to see why Bojan Bogdanovic has solidified himself as a key player.
I mean, over 40% from long range in recent years, competes defensively. He's a player.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
Conley surveying the D. Ingles against Siakam. Feeds to Mitchell. Charity stripe shot. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles. Ingles has got 3 assists in the game. Raptors trail by 12. And there's the foul. It'll go on Joe Ingles. That'll be his second foul of the game.
His second foul in as many quarters. We'll see if he backs off or stays aggressive.
Davis is checked in for the Jazz. Van Vliet passes to Johnson. The drive by Siakam. Can't cash in from close range.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And you know, we always talk about this. Just changing the shot can be just as effective as blocking it, even though it's less spectacular.
Conley against Johnson. Lets a floater go.
Gasol with those long arms is a shot blocking expert, especially down low.
Powell against Mitchell. Davis, great positioning on the putback. Davis has got the lead up to 14 now for Utah.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Right side Gasol over Gobert. That one off the back iron and out.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
Conley gets the bucket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And so Siakam will bring it up for the Raptors. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Johnson kicks to Van Vliet. Fires it up. And the Raptors miss again.
In a funk this quarter, he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Here's Conley. Here's Gobert. Stolen by Van Vliet. And here's the break. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That is his first foul of the game. And Toronto making a change here. Ibaka's checked in. There's the pass to Siakam. Powell against Mitchell. Passes it to Van Vliet. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game. And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here for the Jazz. Clarkson comes in for Bogdanovich, and it's Moutier in for Donovan Mitchell. Gasol against Gobert. Gasol passes to Siakam. Just 5 to shoot. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
You just can't afford to leave open shooters in this league. Everyone is practicing the three.
Now, here's Siakam.
Timeout.
11 points in the game. Toronto calls timeout. You know, it's tougher to get recognition in a small market like Utah, Smitty. Rudy Gobert says he has to do 3 times as much to draw attention.
And at the same time, his focus is still on team and winning. His leadership is very important to them.
Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Marc Gasol. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Taking a look at Toronto. Here in the early part of the season, they've acquired the 3rd best record in the conference.
And I think for Toronto, they're not an opponent any team wants to see on their schedule. They've been producing all season long. And guys, I don't see them slowing down anytime soon.
We figured that by this point in the season, they would have separated themselves from the pack. They've done that and more.
Clarkson against Siakam. Pass to Van Vliet. Here's Hollis-Jefferson from past the arc.
Still scoreless. You wonder if it's starting to get to him.
Moutier dishes to Gobert. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Siakam's got 6 rebounds in the game. Powell against Clarkson. Powell with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 6 on the shot clock. Siakam kicks to Van Vliet. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Outside Conley. 1:29 left to play in the first half. Gobert trying to get open. Conley gets the bucket. Conley's got his third basket of the night.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And here are the Raptors now. Pass to Powell. Back to Van Vliet. Clock at 6. To the middle. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Now, here's Clarkson. 9 points in the game so far. And there's the pass to Gobert. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Conley. A second chance effort. And Gobert with the lay-in. Gobert's got his second bucket of the night.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Count the basket.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Jazz leading by 16. And here is Conley. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Moutier pass to Conley. Back to Moutier. Shoots over Powell. Here's Davis. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Siakam. First free throw is good. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Now here's Van Vliet, defended by Moutier. Pass to Van Vliet. Here's Ibaka, and Davis sends it back. That will count. That one misses. And so it's Utah, feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, your team is competing at a very high level. What do you think that's happening?
Well, we're trying to defend, and we've been a little bit fortunate too. They missed some shots, but more than anything, we just want to try to guard and make it hard on them.
Got to make them feel you. Thanks, Quinn. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Donovan Mitchell was on fire in the first half. He ended up with 17 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. And, Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
It was just Donovan Mitchell imposing his will. Physically gifted, coachable, and the man works tirelessly. So much heart in this game.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Ernie, I don't use this word a lot because, one, I can't spell it, but it was definitely a subpar effort for them on the glass. That hurt. They're serious about cutting into this deficit. It's gut check time. Ugh. You hear that, Ernie? I'm getting my gut. Ugh. You got to check your gut, Ernie. Ugh. Gut check time, Ernie.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
Oof. That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
And these weren't just putbacks and alley-oops. He was roaring to the rim and finishing.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Norman Powell is out there with Fred VanVleet. And it's Johnson in at the small forward. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. Now here's Johnson, stolen by Mitchell. Now here's Conley, the fast break opportunity. He feeds it to Bogdanovich. Stolen by VanVleet. Fast break Toronto. Powell, no one around him. Good, and VanVleet gets the assist. VanVleet's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Conley. Mitchell outside. Powell pulls it in.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
Three-pointer. VanVleet can't get it to go. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Utah Jazz. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Raptors trail by 14. Powell down low. Covered by Mitchell. Puts it up from 12. And again, no good by Toronto. Utah has gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Conley kicks to Mitchell. Back to Conley. Lets it go from deep. Offensive rebound. Gobert. Pass to Bogdanovich. Just 5 on the clock. The Jazz keeping it alive. A new 14. And there's Gobert putting it right back in. And the Jazz lead by 16.
Rudy wanted it more than anyone else. He's going to be around for a long time. Look forward to watching him.
Mitchell outside. Gasol with the steal. And the dunk by Powell.
With capacity at 7'1" to just survey the floor, you're not going to impede Gasol's vision.
Outside Conley. Gasol with the steal. Here's Johnson. Good, and VanVleet gets the assist. VanVleet's got 5 assists tonight.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
As he enters his mid-30s, Marc Gasol showing no signs of slowing down. If anything, I think he's a better all-around basketball player.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. And through his first 8 seasons in the NBA, Marc Gasol made a total of 12 three-pointers. Nowadays, Greg, he'll make more than that in a month.
and you ask around, he's always been capable. A great shooting touch. It's just a different job description for big men nowadays.
And Mitchell drops them both.
I love Donovan Mitchell's versatility as a scorer. Half court, in transition, at the line, adapts his game to whatever the night calls for.
Now here's VanVleet. He has 6. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And we get a chance to check out the numbers for Lowry. 18th in steals, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And yeah, he's one of the better steal guys in the league, constantly getting his hands in there. As a ball handler, you have to respect him at all times. Right side, Conley. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Mitchell's shot is good.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto, last season Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23, and he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. And after winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. And he knocks down the first one.
Over a decade in Memphis for Marc Gasol. Even played his high school basketball there. Now a new phase.
Thomas checked in for Toronto. Both good from the line that time. And when you spend as much time in one city as Marc Gasol and mean as much as he did to the Grizzlies franchise in that city of Memphis, you know what, Smitty? It's got to be tough to move on.
I'm sure, Kevin, for both sides. Regardless of what he accomplished moving forward, his jersey is getting retired in Memphis. No question about it.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Thomas kicks to Lowry. Six to shoot. From deep three-point range, Conley grabs the miss.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Mitchell. Oh, that was something else.
That was nasty. Rudy showing us what you get when you put size and creativity together.
And it's Lowry with the ball, brings it up for Toronto. Outside Thomas. Back to Lowry for the three. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Lowry's got 11 points.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Mitchell passes to Conley. Right side, Bogdanovich. Over Johnson. Gobert trying to get open. It's good on the putback. And the Jazz lead by 17.
You have to box out Rudy Gobert, and if you don't, he will dunk it with force.
Siakam with it, now defended by Gobert. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
And Toronto making a change here. Anunoby's checked in. Bradley's checked in for the Jazz. Now, here's Mitchell. 25 points in the game. And here's the fast break. Siakam leading the way. A shot by Johnson, no good.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
On the wing, Ingles. Jacks up a three. Doesn't go for it. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Johnson down low. Ingles covering. A shot by Johnson, no good.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Second shot opportunity. And Gobert kicks to Bradley. Outside Conley. Just 3 to shoot. Beyond the arc. That's another rebound. He hauls in his 20th rebound.
Dominating the glass.
Siakam against Mitchell. Baseline jumper. Siakam misses. Jazz leading by 14. And it's Conley penetrating. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles. Ingles has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. For Toronto, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the 3rd quarter got underway. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Take a look at the Jazz. So far, they've got the 4th best record in the conference.
And I think for the Jazz, most of the preseason predictions were right on the money when it came to them. I mean, a playoff contender, but not necessarily championship caliber.
I agree. As good as they've been, they do seem like they're missing that true killer instinct that sets the great teams apart from the good ones.
And the Raptors call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
Serge Ibaka has checked in for Toronto. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Pascal Siakam. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for the Jazz. Moutier comes in for Michael Conley. Here's Gasol, and finished off by Gasol. And he's now got the double-double. 11 points and 10 rebounds.
Great anticipation by Marc Gasol, really known for defensive rebounding, but he did it that time on the offensive glass.
Now here's Gobert. He's got 10. Back to Moutier. On the wing, Ingles. Tips it up, and there's Gobert, putting it right back in. Gobert's got 8 points in the quarter.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Lowry. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Utah leading by 16. Here's Clarkson. And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche, Greg, as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And you know, Clarkson entering the league as a 2nd-round pick, a little unsung for most of his career, but always seems to find a way to contribute.
Norman Powell's checked in for Marc Gasol. Second free throw, no good. Here's Bradley. The feed now to Gobert. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's the floater. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And out of UCLA, Norman Powell, an athletic 6'4" combo guard, said he modeled his game after Russell Westbrook.
And I can see why. He's gifted physically as well. A 6'11" wingspan, a 40-inch vertical leap. He's more of a 2-guard in my opinion, and he's off to a strong start in his young career.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
The free throw drops for Powell.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Steve, it seems like criticism of NBA officials is reaching a very interesting level. We see players, coaches, and now even executives confronting these officials over their calls.
You know, I know we love the word transparency, but I think also for these referees, because of technology as well, we're seeing these players from so many different angles. And all we want to talk about if we're coaches and executives and players are the plays they miss. And I think that's what we're, putting too much energy in.
And good that time.
What a move by Lowry. He can create shots with his handles.
Jazz leading by 17. Pass to Clarkson. And here's Gobert. And the pass to Ingles. Pulls up on the wing. But they'll get another chance. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
And let's take a look now at the stats for Hollis Jefferson. How last month turned out for him. He's averaging 7 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
He understands his role. He accepts it. He's one of those guys who doesn't need the ball to be effective.
Now, here's Clarkson. Following the miss by Kyle Lowry. Now the Raptors moving it up from 12 feet out. Offensive rebound. And so it's Moutier with it. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. And that's the final game of this 5-game road run for the team. It's good. Anunoby's got 6. Utah calls timeout. Siakam is checked in for Toronto. The Jazz also changing it up. Davis comes in for Bradley. And Williams-Goss subbed in for Joe Ingles. Jazz leading by 15. Now, here's Clarkson. He's got 10. One-on-one fast break. The baseline J. Hollis Jefferson can't hit. Utah has gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Here's Moutier. Goes back up. Passes it to Clarkson. From downtown, the Jazz keeping it alive. A new 14. Here's Moutier. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
He shot 5 of 6 at the foul line.
This season, 88% on the line, so he has been in a comfort zone.
Shooting 2.
The free throw good from Moutier. Both free throws good from Moutier. Here's Powell. He's got 6. And the dunk by Powell.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
So it's the Jazz now after the Raptors pick up 2. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That will be foul number 5 on him. The Raptors making a switch here. Van Vliet's checked in. Raptors trail by 15. 1:35 left to play in the third. Siakam against Clarkson. Siakam passes to Lowry. That's tipped. 6 on the shot clock. Toronto's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Utah leading by 15. Moutier kicks to Clarkson. Off target with his 3.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And if you needed a reminder as to why Lowry's an all-star, check the scoring column.
Now here's Moutier, covered by Van Vliet. There's 45 seconds left to play in the third. Clarkson passes to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Doesn't have to jump much because of his length. It is unmatchable. Rudy Gobert.
There's 38 seconds left to play here in the third. Now here's Van Vliet. He's tightly guarded. Utah with the rebound.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Here's Williams-Goss, covered by Van Vliet. Here's Clarkson, and he's good on the three ball. Clarkson's got 13 points.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They've came in focused and they've executed.
And so it's Utah holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
So many good point guards in this league. So much responsibility comes with that position. That was a smart play.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. We've got Emmanuel Mudiay. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Bogdanovich. Then there's Davis, and it's Williams-Goss in at the two.
These are the looks this offense is designed to generate. Siakam deadly close to the rim.
Pass to Williams-Goss over Lowry. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Jazz lead by 18.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Misses off the left iron. And so Clarkson will bring it up for Utah. To the inside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and two shots coming up. It's going to be on Siakam.
And Bogdanovich clever at finding ways to get to the line. Love seeing the aggression come out here with the defense.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich.
And Bogdanovich is a confident, efficient player, a guy who can play either the 2 or 3 spots on the floor.
And so Bogdanovich nails both of them.
And as a team, they're hovering around the high 80s from the free throw line. They've gotten better as the game has gone along, which is exactly what you want to see.
To the left side wing. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Here's Ibaka. That shot missing. The Jazz go the other way with it. Now Bogdanovich. No good on that one.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Now here's Mudiay, covered by Van Vliet. Mudiay passes to Clarkson. Back to Mudiay. Here's Bogdanovich. Nice ball movement by Utah. 4 on the clock. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Johnson, he's checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for the Jazz. Mike Conley comes in for Emmanuel Mudiay. Raptors trail by 18. Van Vliet passes to Johnson. Back to Van Vliet. Fires the three. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. And Utah turns it over again.
Yeah, just couldn't hang on to it. Didn't look ready to receive it. At least they've got some room for error, but still a poor possession there.
The Jazz making a switch here. Ingles is checked in. Ingles against Siakam. Outside for Lowry. And the foul called on Bojan Bogdanovic. That's his first foul. Siakam against Ingles. And it's good, 2 points. And that's 18 points for Siakam.
Oh, great concentration from Siakam. Takes the hit, yet his eyes never leave the rim.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Pass to Mitchell. Here's the three. The rebound by Ibaka. Raptors trail by 16. The drive by Siakam. And in recent seasons, we've seen Serge Ibaka involved in some extracurriculars. He can get a little chippy out there.
Yes, indeed. Last season, he had a 3-game suspension. Penalties can escalate for repeat offenders, something he's got to be aware of.
The first free throw is good. Marcus All's checked in for Toronto. Both shots good from the stripe.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throws.
Utah calls timeout.
And Kevin, they've been committing a lot of turnovers here. Taking care of the basketball is the #1 priority right now in that huddle. They've got to tighten it up.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He loves the aggressiveness on D. He said we're doing a great job of challenging everything they're trying to do. Stay active, talk to each other, don't let up. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
And what you like about Siakam as a rim protector, the strong fundamentals, able to affect shots without fouling.
Van Vliet with it. Siakam passes to Van Vliet. Softly drops in the floater. Van Vliet's got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
Outside, Davis. He dishes it to Mitchell. To end the drought. No good that time. Gasol with the defensive effort. And the foul called on Bojan Bogdanovic. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Siakam finds Johnson. Outside Lowry. Shot clock at 6.
The league quickly found out what Donovan Mitchell brings to the table defensively. He can lock down positions 1 through 3.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. The Jazz making a switch here. Gobert's checked in. That one misses.
You know, for a player like Stanley Johnson, you are just waiting for the offense to come around. He has shown to be a solid defender, but that's just not enough to find consistent minutes.
Conley into the lane. Gasol with the steal. Here's Johnson. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Well, it's been difficult for Stanley Johnson to live up to his draft spot of number 8 overall back in 2015.
You see the talent, Kevin. The fans are still waiting for Johnson to turn the corner with his offense. He's still working to pass the 40% mark from the field in his career.
Conley's shot is off.
Trying to finish out the game strong, you have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Siakam kicks to Johnson. And again, Toronto with the triple.
What a turnaround for him since the half. More aggressive and more effective.
Outside Bogdanovich. Gobert against Gasol. Here's Conley, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul. It's called on Toronto.
Last season, Mike Conley became the Grizzlies' all-time leader in points scored. He was already first in assists, steals, and three-pointers.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And Smitty, when it's all said and done, Mike Conley's jersey has to go in the Memphis Raptors.
Absolutely. Over a decade in a Grizzlies uniform, he helped lead them to the best years in franchise history.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. And over the course of his career, Mike Conley taking on more and more of the leadership mantle.
He's embraced it, Kevin. And he said letting his hair down was a way of letting go and just being confident in himself.
A shot by Lowry, wide open. And again, it's Toronto converting.
And this was Lowry's go-to when he first entered the league, that mid-range jumper.
Here's Conley. It doesn't go for him. Good D by Siakam. The tray. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Bogdanovich has got 4 rebounds in this game. Mitchell passes to Conley. Now here's Bogdanovich. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Conley. Kept alive. Here's Gobert. There's the dish to Ingles. Good D by Siakam.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Conley, a beautiful reverse layup.
And that's where Conley is most dangerous. Just amazing quickness on his way to the rack.
And so Siakam will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th quarter, and that one drops for him. Siakam's got 11 points here in just the second half.
A much different player here in the second half. He's taken advantage of what the defense allows.
Lowry against Mitchell. And here is Conley. Ingles passes to Mitchell. Stolen by Van Vliet. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Siakam misses. Jazz leading by 4. The drive by Mitchell. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
I like that Donovan Mitchell's not afraid to attack the rim. He finished strong.
Toronto with the ball. They're on a 20-6 run. Now here's Van Vliet. He's guarded closely. And the basket by Lowry.
Hey, continue to stack it up from 3. He's got 2 in each half so far.
Utah has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Here is Conley. Outside Bogdanovich. On the wing, Mitchell. Clock at 6. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. They get Marc Gasol.
Pushing the action, Donovan Mitchell has an innate ability to make people foul him.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And he's been rock solid at the free throw line tonight. A little bit of an unexpected bonus for them.
Johnson kicks to Van Vliet. Teardrop shot. The rebound by the Jazz. They led the game at 1 point by 20.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
It's up a 3. Gobert pulls it in.
Man, at what point do you blame the play calling more than the player?
Now here's Van Vliet. The pass to Gasol. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
Gasol demands the ball when his team needs an important basket. Just remarkable initiative on his part.
Outside Conley. Passes it to Mitchell. And it goes down 2 points. Mitchell's got 7 now in this quarter.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Raptors trail by 5. Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Outside Gasol. Fires from deep. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
I love this about Marc Gasol. Never stops working on his game. He's made himself into a legit stretch 5.
Conley dishes to Mitchell. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 6 assists in the game.
This just goes with the narrative. Mitchell is a baller, wants to be considered among the best in the game.
Toronto's gone over and over to the 3-point shot in the 4th quarter. 4 of 9. Siakam against Ingles. Siakam inside. Johnson for 3. Not going to go that time. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Right side, Conley. Kicks it to Ingles. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Fires the 3. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Lowry can't get it to go.
Okay, when you're trying to make a comeback, you can't be hucking up low percentage threes. You have to find a better shot within the offense.
Bogdanovich passes to Mitchell. Good work defensively by Lowry. And so Siakam will bring it up for Toronto, trailing by 4.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Ingles trying to get open, and Gasol sends it back. That's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession. .51 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and he gets the bucket. And the Raptors call time here. They're behind by 4. There's 49 seconds left in the game. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Donovan Mitchell.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Here's Siakam. On the wing, Johnson. Gobert with the block.
With plays like that, Gobert can start to get in your head. He covers so much ground.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
He's a great defender. He's improved his scoring. Rudy Gobert has put a lot of work into his body and game.
Pass to Lowry from outside the arc. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
He clearly wants to try and close this game out strong, but your deep range isn't there. You just can't keep forcing it.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Perfectly done at the stripe there. That brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. 19 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
They need a quick basket here.
Not only do they need a bucket, they need a 3 just to give them any chance at all.
Here's Van Vliet, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Money!
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
Lowry fires away from outside. Misses the deep three-point attempt. So we see the Jazz get the win here. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Mike, when you look at how the team's been playing the last few games, are you happy with the way things are going?
Yeah, you know, I think we're playing very well. I think we're finally getting the chemistry that we want, and everybody's just playing hard right now.
Always a team effort here. Congrats on the win. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time.